Good evening, everybody. How are you? Making sure everything is right with tech over here. Sorry for the delay. Thank you for being here with me again today. It is day 4 of the 5-day Comparison Detox. I am Lynette M. Bradshaw, and I'm excited to be here with you again. Thank you so much for all the feedback that I've been receiving. And I wanted to say, if you haven't had a chance to sign up for the challenge so you can have your workbook, I put that in the comments. The link for you is right there. We only have one more day of this challenge, but I wanted to ask you, for those of you who I haven't heard from, as well as the ones who I have heard from, that's let me know how this challenge has helped you in some way. I want to know if your perspective about comparison is changing. Are you beginning to see things in a different way? And you're beginning to see how comparison has impacted your confidence, but you're also seeing how you can begin to build your confidence and nurture your confidence and put you back into position to follow your path and be on your lane and see what is amazing about you that perhaps you forgot about or you haven't taken note of. And through this challenge, you're beginning to see more of those things about you. If you have gained a new perspective of this, I want to take you a little further and help you to go a little deeper and work through this process a little better and learn some additional things that will help you as you begin this journey of focusing on your path. I look at it like this. This is what I tell myself. I want to have the vision of a racehorse. When the racehorse is in position to start his race or her race, she can't see what's going on to the left or to the right of her because she has these blindfolds, these blockers on both sides. Now, I know some people say, block the haters and all that. That takes too much energy. That's not what we're talking about here. What we're talking about is focusing on what's in front of you. When you focus on what's in front of you and follow that path only, then you begin to open yourself up to what's really there. Because whenever you veer into someone else's lane, you can only see parts of their story, their journey. You pick up on some cues, you see some flash moments, but you veer over into their lane and you take your eyes off of your path and what's in front of you. Now, think about it like this. When we're on the freeway and we're driving, if we don't stay in our lane and start going to the left or the right, there's somebody that's going to be over there we're going to cause an accident, right? We're going to cause an accident. Destruction can happen. Chaos can occur. And we create something that doesn't even have to happen. It's the same way when you begin to veer off of your path. So I want to be able to help you in that process to go a little deeper in overcoming comparison. And as I told you before, there will always be the opportunity for us to compare ourselves to other people because we are human, right? And as long as we are alive, there will be someone that we will see that is stronger, smarter, prettier than we are, smarter as far as they can get things done quicker, they can understand things in a different way. But this process is about helping you to be able to identify those triggers for you, those habits, and then be able to overcome it. So I want to tell you about a class that I have coming up on November the 5th. It's called Comparison to Confidently Me. I'm really excited about this course. I'm only taking a few women in this course so that I can be able to work with you and really help you to work through this process. This is a group coaching. And as I said, it's November the 5th. It'll be a Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And what I'm going to help you do is work through what we've been working through here, but a little bit more and a little bit deeper, right? So here's some of the things that you're going to receive. Now, I know that's a little small. Let me see if I can read it to you on my phone. First off, you're going to have 3 core modules. We're going to identify the root of comparison. Then we're going to transform into confidence. And module 3 is your confidence framework. But you get something more in this course. You get a bonus module where we're going to work on becoming her. And if you've been following me for any length of time, when you've heard me say, compare me not, I am her, because that's what rose up in my spirit as I was writing the book, Compare Me Not. And forgive me, but this challenge is based on that best-selling book, Compare Me Not, Discovering Life's Footprints to Your Unique Identity. So as you begin to shift your attention and shift those habits of comparison, then you become her, the her of your dreams, the her you may have forgotten about, the her that you didn't even think was possible, just because you are beginning to shift your journey and your vision back to you. And then the other thing you're going to have is 30 days of support in a private Facebook group. So you can continue to have, you're going to be able to talk to the other ladies. You can ask other questions. You can share different things because that's a safe place for you. So how does that sound to you? Does that sound like something that you are interested in to go a little bit deeper in overcoming comparison and building your confidence? So this is something that like I said, I'm excited about. I believe that is going to be very helpful in your journey. And you're going to have me for 2.5 hours to be able to go through this process and work through this and slow down a little bit and actually go through different types of exercises and receive different type of information so that you can begin to grow in your journey. How does that sound to you? Now, tomorrow is Friday, the last day of the challenge, and then the cart will open for this training. And guess what? Here's the best part. Here is the best part. You get all of that for $99. $99, you heard me right. You have until October 25th to sign up for the course. Like I said, I'm only taking a limited amount of women to be a part of this course so that I can be able to help you through this. And after that, it goes up to the regular price. So remember, you get 3 modules, 1 bonus module, and 30 days in a private Facebook group. All right, so let's get started on today's class. Today, we're talking about reframing your thoughts. Day 1, we talked about becoming self-aware. We're learning what those habits are, where we find ourselves comparing ourselves to someone else. On day 2, we talked about uncovering our unique strengths, our abilities, our skills, asking that person or those people who we truly trust to tell us the yes, not just be a yes person, but tell us what we need to know. And asking them, how do you experience me? What do you see in me? And then beginning to take a look at those things and see maybe if it's something you're not seeing in yourself, and if it's something you're seeing, but maybe you've forgotten about it. And yesterday, what was our topic yesterday? Oh, goodness. Why did that just slip my mind? Sorry, y'all. Okay. Thank you. Yesterday, we practiced gratitude. We added gratitude because remember, we're talking about a detox. When you detox, you can remove and change things in your life in order for you to reach that new goal or change your system so that you can begin to put new things in there. So yesterday, we started putting new things into our mind, into our heart, and that's gratitude for the journey. And today, again, we're talking about reframing your thoughts. Reframing your thoughts is about changing your perspective on comparison being a negative thing. And the way that you do that is instead of you comparing yourself or seeing someone else doing something that perhaps you want to do or doing something that you would like to do, or you see a characteristic in them that you kind of wish you had in yourself, is changing how you view that instead of it being an insecurity. Because we know when we look at someone else, like that racehorse, when they begin to peep out and see somebody else on the left or the right and see what they're doing, it dims our light. Their light becomes so bright in our face that it dims our light. So you begin to take what you see in someone else and identify, do you have those same characteristics? Instead of making it a negative thing, you can look at other people and you can admire who they are and admire what they are doing. And then look at it like this. You see someone achieving a goal that you want to achieve. Instead of looking at it like something is wrong with you, you say, this shows me what's available for me. This shows me what's possible for me. If I decide I want to pursue this or pursue that, if I want to write a different type of book or write my book, or maybe perhaps not do a full book, but be part of an anthology. This shows me what's there for me. So you take those negative thoughts and you begin to turn them around and make them a positive statement for yourself. What is it about that person that you admire? When I see certain women that I really admire that are speakers, even my pastor, when I would see him speak, for a long time, I just saw him preaching. But some years ago, I began to see how powerful of a speaker he is. And what I started doing was look at how he paced himself. Look at how his reflection, his voice reflection was. What can I learn from him? Instead of taking it and trying to be like this person, what can I learn from him to enhance my own life? And that's what I want you to do. What is it in those people? There are certain people that when you see them operating in their greatness, it speaks to you. But instead of looking at them and letting your confidence dim, now you're saying, oh, I admire that about them. I love how she does this. I love how she dresses. She's very classy. I want to be, when I go on my events, I want to be able to dress better. She shows me ideas that I didn't know that I could do. She shows me color patterns that I didn't think I could put together. It may seem ridiculous in the beginning, but look at how it changes you from a person who's seeing someone else stand in their greatness and be jealous or envious of it, or start talking negative in order to make yourself feel better. You take those and you reframe them for yourself, because I guarantee you what you are jealous of in someone else is really something that you haven't nurtured in your own self. And so because you see them standing in their greatness, you become jealous of it because it shines light on your insecurities. But instead of feeding the insecurity, I want you to feed your confidence and begin to reframe your thoughts about it. Start writing down in your workbook or your journal those people that you consistently see and you've compared yourself to them. Start writing down what it is that you admire about them. Those are the things that I did, and I constantly do it, to be able to reframe how I see other women, because there's this thing that's been around, this statement that's been around ever since I was a little girl, that women can't get along. And I don't believe that anymore. We have these generations of women not being able to connect or get along with one another because of their own insecurities, and no one showed them another perspective. No one showed them that you don't have to be jealous of your sister, your friend, the woman you don't even know. Begin to develop what's inside of you. And as I have done and do this process, it's stepping me into the next phase of who I am. And because of that, now this is something my coach has been talking to me about for a long time, is she tells me that I am a great writer. She tells me how good I am of telling stories, but I couldn't see that. For a long time, I couldn't see it, and I definitely did not receive that from her or anybody else. I just knew that I could write. I knew that I was called to write. I knew I'm called to write to women. In the beginning, I was called to share my story to help other women to be able to see transformation in their lives through my story. But as I began to focus in on my lane, I began to really embrace the writer that I am. That's something that I do, that's a gift, but it does not define me as a woman. So, what's defining you as a woman? Is it the comparison that's defining you? Is what you see in somebody else defining you? It's time to change that. It's time to reframe how you see all those things. Now I'm able to accept that I can help other women begin to write their nonfiction books. And that's the direction I'm going on in the upcoming year, is to do another anthology to lead women to share their stories, but also share that help with them through the process of writing their nonfiction book for the first time. That's what happens when you focus on your lane, on your journey, because just like the racehorse, you have taken your eyes off of everything to the left. Oh, I look like a cue, don't I? It takes your eyes off of what's to the left and to the right and say, what's on my lane? What's on my path? What's there for me? And that's how you begin to move forward, because as you move forward, you begin to build confidence. You build boldness by movement, by stepping forward. When you don't see the whole ladder, you just see the next step and you begin to step into it. So today, again, we're talking about reframing your thoughts. So what are you hearing me say today? Are you hearing me say that you don't have to do what someone else does? You can do what you are meant to do. You can do it in your way, and it's okay. You can step into your greatness. You can take ownership of what's inside of you by taking your eyes off of other people, but also what you see in them, reframe it and say, this is showing me what is possible in the world for me. You can show what's possible when I work on training myself as a speaker. I can look at how someone else, I still read other people's books. We teach each other. I read other people's books, I read my books, and I don't compare myself to how they write anymore. I'm constantly developing because we're all growing. I'm constantly developing how I write. Compare me not shifted my way of writing because I focused on my journey and my path. What's on your journey that you need to focus on and that you need to grow and you need to nurture and you need to allow to evolve? What is it? Have you forgotten about some things that you love to do, that you're great at doing, but because you looked at somebody else, you didn't think it was important enough? You thought it was something that was so small, it couldn't mean anything to anybody because it doesn't mean anything to you right now because you've made it so, so small. Go back to those things. Pick those things up again. Find joy in those things again. What are you great at? Nobody else has to tell you. You just got to spend time with yourself and be able to learn you over again and get like the racehorse that's winning the race. They don't know who's to the left or to the right because their goal is to go around that curve and go through the finish line. What is that finish line for you? And what is it that you're willing to take your eyes off of so that you can cross the finish line? I want to hear about it in the comments. Share with me what you're hearing tonight. Let me know how this resonates with you. And that's all that I have for you here on day 4. We are almost to the finish line. Tomorrow is our last day. So don't forget, I'm going to let you know. Well, I'm going to open up the cart for the new course on November the 5th tomorrow. There will be, when those seats are gone, it's virtual, of course, but when those seats are gone, they're gone. The price is gone after October 25th. It goes back up to its regular price. But I'm looking forward to serving you in the class. Whew. This feels good, y'all. This feels so, so good. I'm excited about what I've been sharing with you because it helps me too. Sometimes when I share, I don't realize how far I've come. I don't realize sometimes what God has given me to be able to serve you. So I'm going right here with you. I feel empowered to be able to serve you and to assist you in this journey because I know how it feels to be in that state of only seeing someone else valuable in standing in their greatness and having yet to see my own. So my goal this week, my hope this week is that as we finish this challenge, that you are stepping in to your greatness and you are changing your vision and your perspective. And then on November the 5th, when we go into the course Comparison to Confidently Me, you can go even deeper. All right. All right, y'all. So that's all I have. I hope you have an amazing evening. For all of you guys that are in Florida, we are praying for all of you that you are safe and you are protected in the storm that's going on and everything that's happening in Florida. We are still genuinely praying for you and thinking of you. So until next time, guys, tomorrow I will see you on day 5. I'm Lynette M. Bradshaw, and I am signing off. See you tomorrow.